Hello. Are we having a great time? And you're absolutely right to be having a great time. It's been a great night so far, hasn't it? And we've got Scott Bennett coming up. He's brilliant. That's going to be great. It's going to be great. This bit. Me. You've probably already worked out. Mostly eye candy. And it's for that reason, I'm just going to say straight off the bat, married to a woman. Well, you didn't have the same choice back then. My next door neighbour owns a Winnebago, but I don't think he really won it. My other next door neighbour, he feeds his greyhounds win a lot. That doesn't work. My other next door neighbour, he went off to Winnipeg, came back with a peg. He's a winner. I have spoken with the cheesemakers of Gouda, and they could not give a damn. I can't claim credit for that joke. That one was from Madge. It's a type of cheese. And I suppose at this point you're wondering to yourself, Billy, for Christ's sake, how often do you write these cheesy puns? Daily. As I stepped up here, you probably noticed I've got a wee bit of a limp, right? Now, I don't know why I'm reticent to speak of this. I was involved in an accident of a personal, somewhat embarrassing nature. My penis got caught in my wife's best friend. And I would be the very first to admit that that was an avoidable accident. I did in some small way feel responsible. But it does not justify what my wife done. Because my wife went downstairs. She went to the knife drawer. She got the biggest, sharpest knife. She came back upstairs. She grabbed me by my manhood. And she cut my knob off. Oh aye, and you're laughing. Some of you. But my wife was not laughing. My wife was not happy. My wife was not content. My wife was not satisfied. She jumped up, she went after her best friend. And she cut his knob off too. Knob gag, the evergreen of the comedy forest. The other thing, it's quite obvious you probably picked up, is that for my sins, I'm a wee Scotsman. Right? And I live in Doncaster now, but wherever I have lived in life, I have always been loud and fucking proud to be a Scotsman. And why should I not be? For are we not a bold race, a brave race, an ancient race, tied through time and tradition to the antiquated peoples of the world? While in the outback of Australia, Aborigines go walkabout. Outback of Glasgow, we Scots go drink about. Now, it is more or less the same thing, except we actually don't know where the fuck we've been. And you cannot get an Aborigine to eat a kebab. In America they say, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Back in Scotland we say, if life gives you lemons, change your life. That one's shite. Scotland, very small country, but very lumpy. If you rolled it flat, like they did with Holland, it'd be about the size of America. The other fairly obvious thing here is that, unlike a lot of the comedians you've seen tonight, and comedians you'll see here generally on the circuit, I'm not very young. I mean, I'm saying to you now I'm not very young. in truth, I'm getting quite old. I mean, I say quite old. I can remember hope. If I could choose, if I could actually choose a superpower, I'd be gets to the toilet on time, man. Good news, girls. I can still get an erection. Bad news, only on a bus. Oh no, friends, turn that frown upside down. I bought a bus. Problem solved. The other thing is quite good. I'm going to stop now and talk about something else. And I'll tell you why. Because there's a thing I just fucking love to talk about. And the other comedians, I won't lie to you, they try and discourage me. They say, Billy, I suppose the easiest thing would be if I told you what it is first. It's the Kennedy assassination. And what the other comedians say, you may well agree with them, is, Billy, for fuck's sake, such a long time ago, all the questions have been asked, all the questions have been answered, there was no conspiracy. But I say to you good people gathered here tonight, that even if you believe all the questions have been, even if you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald stood alone and mad at the third story window of the Dallas Book Suppository, there is yet one question does remain unasked. We have one question remains unanswered, and that is, what the fuck might a book suppository be? I mean, it's a building, right? For books. It goes more or less without saying. To be used as suppositories. Friends, I have searched. There is no other available explanation. It pains me. It pains me tonight to have to be the first to tell you. But Americans, they're sticking books up their arse. And we're not talking about some small club, cult or clique of book bummers. Print jockeys. We all have a good book in us. No! Because even on the scant information we have, this fucker here is 3 stories high. And here I think we may have reached it. We may have touched it. The pinnacle of the problem Americana. Because good friends of Leek, it is not just that Americans are sticking books up their arse. I'm truly not convinced they're reading them first. I told that joke in Stafford last week, and a big American woman at the back of the room, she stood up, she pointed at me, she shouted, "Racist!" I said, "Oh madam, I have said nothing of colour. That is a pigment of your own imagination." What was I talking about? Yeah, I was talking about being old. Because the advantage, the gift that being old gives me over these baby comics is I've lived through a lot of what they would call history. You know? Buddy Holly, the Beatles, 1969, the summer of free love, I was there! I didn't fucking get any. No, I was only 10. But the big boys let me listen while they talked about it. That was groovy. You know, and time moves on. The 60s became the 70s. I became a young man. My interest turned to young women. But young women's interest did not turn to me. Because what you see before you here tonight, the result of a Scottish Catholic education. I was an altar boy. The priest did not touch me. I played sports. The games master did not touch me. I was alone in the stationery cupboard with Mr. McCarthy, the history teacher. Now here we had a man whose choices had reduced to 1, and that kid was clearly gagging for it. But he did not touch me. Did Jimmy Savile touch you, mate? Picky fucker drove right past me. And I was left to ask myself a question that I can see some of the men in the room will have asked themselves. How does a boy? Perhaps not the sharpest pencil in the box, Perhaps not the prettiest face in the picture. How does a boy like that get the attention of women? Well, my first thought was the obvious one. Money, right? But I didn't have any money. My second thought, drugs. But I didn't want to share. My third thought, the entirely affordable poetry. Because, boys, women love poetry. And poets ain't clever. I mean, what do they actually do? They just make shit rhyme, right? Some of the fuckers can't even manage that. I thought, this is going to be easy. So I started telling girls I was a poet. And for fear that I should ever be questioned, I did indeed write one poem. Would you like to hear my poem?
Yeah.
Now, my poem is entitled Mary Had a Little Lamb. I won't shit you, I stole that title. Mary had a little lamb, potato, carrots, a few peas. The 70s turned to the 80s. In 1985, I went to a free Nelson Mandela concert. I didn't get one. I survived Thatcherism. And a lot of people, they just jumped to the conclusion that because I'm Scottish, I must be in some way pleased that Margaret Thatcher's dead. Au contraire, friends. I was perfectly happy when she was just in constant pain. In 1992, I attempted to enter the magic circle, but that girl moved her arse at the last minute. In the 90s, I met a woman, fell in love. We did what lovers do, went to the big film of the decade, Free Willy. I think she was more disappointed than me. The woman I fell in love with was Dutch, so I followed my nether regions to the Netherlands. And that might be Shakespearean, I wouldn't know. The nearest I ever got to reading Shakespeare was listening to an album by his sister. I fucking love that joke. There's some young people that are going, what the fuck is he talking about? The woman I loved was Dutch, so I moved to the Netherlands. And here I think I might be able to garnish some sympathy for the boys. Because, lads, the town I lived in Holland, I lived on one side of the red light area, but I worked on the other. Resultantly, I had to twice a day walk through the most beautiful women in the world, garnished in lingerie, served under glass. But I was just an ordinary man. I was just a working man. I could afford no sort of intercourse with these young ladies. But what I did like to do, from time to time, was lick the window. And run like fuck. Oh yes, I have made an Amsterdam whore feel both dirty and used, how bad am I? And the noughties moved back to Britain, but times had changed, attitudes had changed. We had 24-hour news. Now can somebody just tell the BBC please, I do not actually need to be told what the weather is like where I am. I can achieve this through a system I call the window. And the bit where they predict yesterday's weather, that's surely a thing we could do for ourselves. And not just 24-hour news. We had reality TV. There's a lot of people in here tonight, so I'm hoping I'm going to say this once and the word's going to spread. I fucking hate reality. That's why I'm watching TV. Jeremy Kyle. Proof, if proof were required, that attractive people, they just don't have problems. Do you know what I'd like to see? How to look good naked. Keep your clothes on, dim the lights. I've always found beer a great help. Do you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Gok Wan versus Predator. How to look good shredded. I'm going to... See, this is what happens. I'm going to stop this now and tell you a wee truth, right? You're a comedian. The phone rings, or your computer goes bing. You get a postcode, you put it in your sat-nav. Now I've got a sat-nav, I rarely look out the window. You know, I don't know where I'm going and I don't fucking care. Right? And then you get here, I start talking to you, I feel the warmth in the room, the love in the room. I start to like you. And I start to want to do something that's kind of real, you know what I mean? Something proper. So, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. The truth is, when I took to the stage the first time, I did not aspire to laughter. I did not intend to become a comedian. I wanted to be an impressionist. And not one of those French twats with a brush, no. I wanted to do impersonations. But I am utterly shit at voices. utterly shit at voices. And over the last quarter of an hour or so, you have proved yourself to be a delightful, charming and supportive group of people. I know that later outside, maybe having a cigarette, or at the bar, one of you is going to come up to me and go say, Billy, for Christ's sake, how shit can you be at voices? I'm doing Michael Caine right now. Thanks for your time, people. Enjoy the rest of your night.